Hello, my name is Artem Medvedev. You're listening to News and Views on Leduc Radio. This show first aired on August 18, 2010, a year ago, and now there are listeners throughout Canada and hundreds of listeners every week. And I would like to thank each and every listener for this ongoing support. It means a lot to me, and it means a lot to me to see that the show is now a part of the social political life in our riding here in Edmonton, Leduc, and also in Alberta. I would like to thank Kirk and Josh at Leduc Radio for making this show possible. Seeing the amount of positive feedback, I will continue to do my part here in Edmonton, Leduc, and will, as always, wait for your feedback and for your comments on Twitter, on Facebook, on Blogger, on YouTube, as well as through the Leduc Radio phone number and emails. And this past week is a clear indicator that we will have a lot to talk about for years and years to come. Here's a brief roundup of the headlines as food for thought for this week. New evidence was revealed this week that the Conservative government minister Tony Clement was using the funds intended for the G8 summit last summer as he pleased, and that's a $50 million fund. The system of selecting projects and accounting for this project was known only to Mr. Clement and his office. A small group of Ontario mayors worked together with Mr. Clement in distributing the cash amongst themselves. Clement's MP office was used to divvy up the cash, and the Conservative government right now is just trying to dismiss this Clement Gate as a PR stunt by the opposition, apparently because it's easier than explaining how all of this would have been happening if such a word as accountability meant anything to Tony Clement or his party. A free trade agreement with Colombia, which has one of the worst human rights records on the planet, went into effect this week. The Harper government is now seeking free trade agreements with other Latin American countries with a questionable human rights reputation. As NDP Foreign Affairs critic Paul Dewar put it in a statement, "We cannot rebuke countries in the Middle East for state-sponsored violence and human rights abuses while ignoring it in countries we are seeking free trade with." The Conservative Party is threatening a widow of a man that died of an asbestos-caused disease for using their party logo in her online campaign against this mineral. As Canada continues to be the only developed country in the world insisting that asbestos is safe to use, the governing party is focusing its attention on a single individual making an important point. This is like trying to break the fire alarm when your house is burning down. And that's a roundup of some important headlines from this week. Once again, thank you for listening to News and Views on Leduc Radio, and have a good day.